that she was working her kingdom assignment. God's saying this is your first step to coming out the valley of the shadow of death. I know you're not married. I know you don't have, I know that you've been living a life, and God's saying that, but if I can get you to take a step, realizing that it does not matter about your past. I'm more concerned about your presence. It doesn't matter about your pain. I'm more concerned with the purpose that I have to fulfill. If I can use you, God's saying, not only will I, for my glory, God's saying, you go out there and you tell about what I've done. Come and see. Saying, God, okay. Lord, if you can make sense of this past and this pain, Lord, and you tell me I put it in your hands, you can make sense of it, Lord, then here we are, Lord, make sense of it. She goes, she does her role, she plays her part in the process. And they come in droves. It says, many more came. So her testimony was just to get them curious and invite them to discover Jesus for themselves. They accept this invitation by asking him to stay for 2 days, and finally they have their own experience. Having experienced Jesus for themselves, they come to their own faith. And it says, it's no longer because of what you said. Now I know for myself. Our job is to point them towards the King. I can't save nobody. I can't clean nobody. I can't do any of those things. All I can say is like, hey, this is what I've been through. This has been my experience. This is what the Lord has done for my life. And my hope is that you'll be encouraged to come to a Bible-speaking church like this and watch how God will begin to move on your behalf so that you can have the experience, not for me, but an experience for yourself. Because it's one thing to say, I know what someone told me. It's another thing to say, I know for myself. Because when you know for yourself, no demon in hell can try to talk you out of what God has done for your life. When you know for yourself. See, because if someone else told you, then you say, well, do I really know? We question. But when you've had your own experience, God's saying, okay, now you know. God's saying, now watch how I breathe on this. And I multiply. Watch how I reward you for your faithfulness. To say, God, here I am, God. You can use my life. God, if it just takes one willing vessel to stand up and say, God, I've been through some crazy stuff. But God, if you want to use it, Lord, let me be a willing participant. To show them. If we want to influence someone for God in a lasting way, then we must use our actions to show them. So practically speaking, how do we do this? By intentionally living our life with people. Giving some people access to us, to our lives. Making them a priority. Maybe it's praying for somebody. Or here's something even crazier. Praying with them. Everyone has a calling, like not to highlight him because I know he's a humble servant. But yesterday we know that the lines were long, and one time I opened up this door right here, this exit sign, and saw Minister John rounding up everybody he could find. Can I pray with you? Can I pray for you? He was out there all by himself, and I'm not saying that to highlight that, but I know that's a calling of God on his life. And I sat back and I watched, because he's saying, God, if you want looking for someone to use, God, here I am. I acknowledge that for the call of God, like knowing that I know you weren't looking for it for the recognition, but God sees that. He sees your heart. For your spirit of evangelism, and I salute you today. For everybody you prayed with, you cried for, you spoke blessings to them yesterday. God's saying that's what I'm looking for. Maybe you get together once a week or once a month to talk about these things. Maybe it's using all the things that God has done. Maybe you teach someone who is not as advanced in the faith how to read the Bible, how they should be reading the Bible, how to break down the scriptures. Here's a good commercial break. Come out to Deeper Life, and Dr. Lee does a phenomenal job of breaking that down. It's one thing to come out on Sunday, but we're limited on how deep we can go on a Sunday. But if you truly want to see some power in your life, then you have access to it. So much influence is simply about being intentionally showing people our lives that look like Jesus. Through our actions, through our words, through our attitudes, through our lives. Using every ounce of the influence we have to show them God in spite of our past. So in closing, I have a few questions I want you to think about. We'll pray and we'll get out of here. I want to ask you, who are you influencing? Or who's influencing you? Who specifically are you pouring life into? Everybody should have an assignment. There's somebody. Who is that person? Who are the 2 to 4 people that you're influencing for God? You want to see your life grow? Get about his business. You want to see this church grow? Get about his business. So why do we assume the role of a teacher in most aspects of our lives? If I ask you to tell me about business, people tell me about business and how to do all these things, and I think about my natural profession. I can tell you about how to put together a resume, how to interview well, all these things. Why do we make all that attention to be a teacher in that area, but we don't do it in our spiritual lives?
Say that. Yeah.
The great mandate is for us to go out there and make disciples.
That's right.
And you're waiting for someone to come back to you and say, hey, disciple me. It doesn't look like that. It's the people that you work with, the people that you walk by, the people who don't look like you, the people who may be struggling, the people in Wall Street, the people in the valley. Everybody needs somebody to come alongside them and say, you know what, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about a man.
That's it.
When I thought there was no hope, who changed my life. Okay? I believe you because I see Jesus in you.
Yeah.
Even though I don't necessarily believe for myself and say, okay, that's fine. But come and see. You know what? Come to church with me. Matter of fact, I'll pick you up and bring you to church. Help you learn. Here's a Bible. Help you learn and grow. Here's what you should start reading. So ultimately, they'll be able to make that connection for themselves. So we said start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. We talked about defining our self-image. We talked about getting over our past. We talked about that your testimony is your tool. That it starts with you. And once it starts with you, the process will continue over and over again. My prayer for everyone today is that you find yourself in whatever stage. And my hope is that if you're saying, God, I want you to do something in my life, Lord, I want you to be influential for you, God, that you realize that He is more than willing and more than able to do something with your life. He's just waiting on you. You have to be an active participant. Everyone across this sanctuary can stand.